Welcome all to episode 18 of Diggy's Dungeon. How we're still going, I don't know, but we're getting close to Christmas, which means that the releases are drying up, and we're going to be covering some stuff from a few weeks ago, probably this week. Enjoy. First caller is the loveliest person. You know, everyone loves her. She's the best. Except when you play her music that is a little bit too rowdy and she says it's bad, even though it's not. But anyway, I'm bringing her in. It's T. Let's get her in. Hola.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. I'm not very well.
Yeah, you sound coldy.
It's part of why I wanted to go first, but that's okay. I'm just working on. How are you? Are you keeping warm?
Yeah, my fan heater's working overtime at the moment.
Oh, good.
Fucking dying without it, so gotta do it. Regardless of the
Yeah.
expense.
Did you have snow this weekend?
No, we just had hard frost that kept throughout both days. Didn't have any snow. They've been forecasting snow, and I don't believe them because we don't seem to get it here. But it's hoping.
Oh,
I love snow, so I want snow.
yeah. We've had quite a bit. I mean, not Alaska amounts, but it's been really great. It's so beautiful. So that's been really good. But obviously, it's just a little bit chilly. But yeah, I've got a good little routine down now with like I've got a hot water bottle. Like I've got a lot of little things that I'm trying just because for some reason it feels like colder than Alaska. Yeah, I don't know why. It obviously isn't. But for
Have you
some
got
reason.
all your remedies for your cold? You got your lemon and honey, got your milk and whiskey. That's a good one, by the way. Milk, whiskey, and honey. That's a banger for if you got a cold.
Just tea. I've just got lots of tea and
Okay.
just trying to crack on really. No point in like wallowing about it. So I've just been cracking on. Just can't shake this cold. It's been around for like 10 days now, so I'm just getting a bit fed up of it, but whatever. Just trying to just crack on with it. But yeah, so sorry for coughing and sniffing and spluttering down the mic at everyone.
Don't worry about it. So, sometimes when you have a cold like that, you feel like you've fallen and you can't get up.
Very true, very true.
Which is a dreadful segue. But we do our best.
Good one. Very good one. Yes, so I am recording in with Seo In Guk's new song, which is called Fallen.
Let's go.
시간이 많이 흘렀지 넌 요즘 어떻게 지내 한동안 멍하게 지냈어 먼지 쌓인 기억들만큼 뾰족한 마음들이 미워하려 해도 You're my light that is falling from the sky 기억 속에 남겨있는데 난 이렇게 볼 수 없는 널 찾으며 방황할수록 더욱더 그리워 우리 그날들이 우리의 그날을 기억해 하늘에 비가 내렸지 우산에 가려진 얼굴 마지막까지 널 못 봤어 흐려진 추억에도 뚜렷이
Okay, T, tell me why it's not boring.
Oh, hang on, have I muted you? Um, so yeah, I was like throughout that, watching that and watching you yawning your way through that. I was like, right, I'm gonna be like a duck here. I'm gonna be like a duck, and your like negativity is gonna be like water off my back. So I'm just resisting all that negativity so I can continue to enjoy. um, because yeah, to me it's like absolutely beautiful. I think probably also the MV than the song, although like I love the song as well. But yeah, so the reason I like went and listened to this is because I really, really love his song Baby.
Yeah,
I've
that's a
always really
good
liked
song.
that song. Yeah, it's a great song. So that's really only what I've listened to from him. And so when I saw that he had a new one out, it made me go listen to it. And yeah, I just found it really beautiful. I mean, the way the song is written, ballad wise, is pretty straight and not very interesting at all, really. But what makes it good for me is first of all his voice, which is excellent, and second of all, just really the sincerity when he sings it. I think just really elevates it from being just a boring old ballad. Um, sorry. Yeah. It's quite often with these kind of boring straight type ballads that don't have any like oomph in them. They're just so boring, I think, because the singer isn't fully kind of sincere about what they're singing. But I felt that he really was, and yeah, so that was lovely about the song. And then the music video was a really excellent one for me. I know you probably found it just awful and so like cliche and cheesy, but I really, but I just really liked it because I mean, obviously, it's like a classic breakup song, but I really liked the way it focused on like the objects in the house and just the process of um, kind of removing everything from the house that you obviously shared with that person. And I feel like that is something that's obviously probably been done like many, many times before, but for some reason in this one, I really, really liked it. I just felt it was very simple. It wasn't overly dramatic, and just that real focus on like removing the objects. And yeah, I don't know, I always like just kind of simple, like kind of beautiful simplicity, and I found it quite sweet and simple. And I liked the part where he kind of so he puts like a suit down on the bed, and then he just kind of stares in the mirror for a little bit, and I thought that was a really nice moment. Um, Slither's right. Usually they don't get rid of the chairs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have two questions about this MV, right? One, why did we have to take a full minute out of it to throw a chair at a chair, open a piano, and press 3 keys? And two, why did the piano then have to be burnt? What is it with K-pop and fucking breaking pianos? That was a perfectly good piano. Leave it alone.
I did think that about the chairs, but then I wondered if like he is actually having to move out as well. So it wasn't just moving her stuff out or stuff that reminded him of her, but like just moving out altogether kind of thing.
Yeah, but even if you're moving out,
reason.
Like, why are you chucking chairs on chairs and breaking them and destroying a piano? What was the use in that?
Because you feel angry, and that's the whole point about it focusing on.
Yeah, so you punch a wall. You don't fucking burn a piano to the ground in some random out of nowhere place. Like, how did you get the piano there?
But I think it.
Where the fuck did that come from?
You saw him load it onto the back of some like trailer type thing. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think it's
that's a 2-man job at least. Come on, Seo In Guk ain't doing that. He's not lifting a piano on his own, especially when he's having a cry.
Yeah, the problem is though, if you punch a hole in a wall, that's always going to be there. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if you burn stuff, and it's almost like trying to erase. It's like him trying to kind of just erase things. See, I'm being channeling my duck here. I'm channeling.
Yep, he's erasing things like a perfectly good instrument.
But also, I didn't notice any reference to the piano being anything that reminded him of her. So, Did you?
No, but I'm MV
But
blind. It all just disappears after like 3 seconds. I've got like goldfish memory with MVs.
so overall, I loved that. And the ring, I don't know what the deal with the rings is at the end, because I was thinking, oh, is it because you can kind of burn everything, but you can't burn the ring, and that how it symbolises, you can only get rid of so much, but you can't get rid of, all the memories, etc. But then I was thinking, surely if it was hot enough, you could actually melt the ring. I don't know, actually.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got like a
Really.
proper industrial forge.
That's what I was thinking.
Unfortunately, he's not a blacksmith. He just likes burning pianos.
I like that little bit of symbolism, and yeah, stuff, that. So just this is my thing, and yeah, like the song wise, it wasn't a straight away like swoon or anything, but it did make me feel something, because I just found that he was very sincere, and I noticed in the comments that he directed this music video, which you probably think, so what? But
Yep.
I just think I always think it's quite interesting to like direct a video which has you in it, including you being the only one in it. So does he write down, okay, now do this, now do this? Or
Yeah.
I don't really know, like how do you direct yourself in something, especially when you're the only one? But I like the bit with the mugs as well, like that's so lovely. Sort of mugs. Just really liked it. It's just a nice breakup song, and just really focusing on that pain and just that moment where you really just have to move on with life. And yeah, it's just really hard, and I just like someone singing about it. So there you go. Liked it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it made me feel something. It made me feel tired.
I know. I could tell.
But I will give it this, right? A lot of the time with these ballads, like I feel insulted because there's like it's dripping in auto tune and it just sounds like shit. Whereas at least this, he sounded pretty clean and he sang from the chest, so I can understand more why you would.
Is that
feel
what it
this.
is?
Yeah, he was like giving it some, like his actual voice. There wasn't like obvious auto tune. I'm sure there is auto tune, but not enough that you can tell.
Yeah, it was really, really lovely. Yeah, I mean, I it's good to hear stuff like that to kind of help me explain to myself why it like resonated a little bit more. It just felt very, like I said, just more sincere in the ways. Not just because of what it was about. Like that's not what I mean. But like how he actually sang it. Yeah, he was putting his all into it. But not belting it. It was like, yeah, you know what I mean.
He was belting it, but not going over the top.
Yeah. It was like belting it without being like a show off.
Yeah.
It was
No
like
crazy
belting it
runs.
with feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
what
I
you
really
want.
like that.
So his
I like that
delivery
he's
is
wearing
good. I
gloves
just think.
whilst driving.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just talking about gloves. You go ahead.
Okay. Oh, what the hell was I going to say?
I didn't hear what you were going to say.
It's not an issue with his delivery. It's just that I find the song incredibly boring.
Mm-hmm.
And very like I've heard this a million times before. Like it is with most Korean ballads. They all sound like you've heard them 1,000 times before.
Yeah.
Which I guess might be comforting to some, but for me it's just dull as shit. So there you go.
Yeah, well that's fair enough. That is totally fair enough. But I'm glad that I had a place to be able to play the song and talk about it. So thank you very much for providing that, as always. It's lovely to have that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I hope that your cold gets better soon. Sounds like you're really going through it.
Oh, it's okay. It's really not bad. There's nothing to moan about, really.
Oh, okay.
Just carry on as normal.
Fair enough. There's nothing to moan about, unlike that referee last night, eh?
Oh, God, don't.
We don't need to get into England. Brutal.
I can't even talk about it. I just can't.
I almost saw the baguette poking out from between his arms, you know.
I'm in like where I live in my town. We have like a French, like there's a load of like we have like a French meetup and it's like half French and half like French speaking Brits, you know.
Yeah.
And we have a WhatsApp group. Oh my god, the amount of tension! Like everyone's very lovely, and you know we're all like close and everything. But oh my god, it was not good yesterday. I had to like fully mute the group. I was like, don't want to see it. And there's like a couple who's like, you know, she's French and he's British, and that was so funny as well. Anyway,
me and my friend were like jokingly texting each other during it, being like, "I'm never eating a croissant again."
oh dear.
Anyway, it's not that deep. It's just football.
Like, are we really surprised? Really, at the end of the day, no.
Nah,
so what can you do?
Not at all. But before you scoot on out, I want to shout out T, because you know she deserves it. T here showed me some of her flute covers of K-pop songs, and they are magnificent. Everybody look at those if you get a chance. And she's inspired me to pick my guitar back up, so that's been nice. I restringed it yesterday, and it sounds so much better already. So thanks for
amazing. That's exciting.
Oh, I got these cobalt strings. They sound so juicy. I'm loving it.
Oh, nice. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I haven't really told really anyone about it, but it was just good to get some, like, I guess recorded really. But I've been struggling to find a way to do it because I just don't. I mean, we don't need to necessarily talk about this now, but just if anyone listening has any ideas about how you can record, so like you're listening to the backing track, but not out loud, like it's in your ear and you're playing obviously over it, and then but when it records them obviously together. That's what I liked about using that karaoke app, even though it seems really, really random to use that. I can't think of any other way I would be able to do that.
You can either play the backing track in your headphones on a separate device to what you're recording on, or you can get Voice Meter on PC, where you can like track different things.
Them up after?
Well, you're playing to the same track, so just make sure it's the same file that you're uploading it with. Like, get a backing track, put that on your device you're playing it through, and then put it on your PC, and then edit them together afterwards. So it should be the same tempo if it's playing.
How do you edit them together?
Rudimentary editing software like Windows Movie Maker or iMovie if you're a Mac person, and just whack them together.
Can't do it.
Or Audacity. Get Audacity. Audacity's easy. That'll do the audio if you just want to make a track out of it.
Wow.
Or if you want to do it on your PC, get Voice Meter and make it so that Voice Meter is a separate input, which you then make your music play through, and then don't record that input when you're recording it on something. But that's more complicated, so...
I just feel my eyes glazing over. This is the problem.
Yeah,
so.
Voice Meter's not fun.
And also, it would really... Like, if it was any situation where the things were recorded separately and then I had to match them up, even though in theory it's exactly the same track, it would really, really annoy me if I couldn't match it up so exactly. Like, it would feel very unnatural, if you see what I mean. Yeah. So I like the fact that it's at the same time, and I like that then you obviously don't have to match up with the video, because it's quite nice to have the video as well. It's just a kind of a nice like memory to have, I guess, and way to record them. But I really get so much joy out of, you know, this is like my hobby, so I love it, and the fact that someone else could enjoy watching it, listening to it as well, just is so just wonderful to hear. So if anyone wants me to
if you did want to do it with the backing track and have the backing track recording at the same time, then you can just do it in OBS like I do the podcast. That's quite easy.
What do you mean? What's that?
OBS is Streamlabs. OBS is a program where you can just add inputs. Like if you want to add like a backing track as an input, you can put it on, and then put your mic as an input and your webcam as an input, and you can record them all together basically. That's what I'm streaming with right now. That's what you're watching on stream.
Oh, well, maybe you'll have to teach me about it. But really, I don't. Yeah, I mean, the only thing with using Small is that I feel like, because I've got this 1 week trial, where I'm a bit concerned that after the week's up, I don't know if I'm going to like lose everything if it gets rid of them.
That's scary.
But anyway.
Talk to Swither on that one. I don't know about Small.
Yeah. So anyway, yes, thank you. If anyone feels inclined that they would like to hear or see them, then please let me know, and I'll happily share it with you. And any requests, let me know. And I'll happily do anything.
What
I
was
love
I
doing
thinking
it.
of?
So
I had one I wanted to request, but I can't remember what. If it comes to me, I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know. Let me know. Yeah, I love to. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much. Don't want to talk about myself too much. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon, T.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. What a cool, eh? We love a bit of tea. Oh, since the poll wasn't working, I should announce 1 vote for Night in the Cells, 2 for Free to Go. I'd probably give it a short sentence, but yeah. So, our second caller is the wonderful Alex. He keeps coming back. I keep slating his choices. Let's see if that continues today. He got bust for one of them, so I'm not going to hold it against him, but here we go. Let's bring him in. Hello, Alex.
Hey, Diggy. What's up?
How are you doing?
Doing all right.
You made it through that Seo In Guk song.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. Probably one of these songs I'm talking about today will be in a similar style.
Oh dear. Oh god. It's going to be a tough one. But should we get I don't know how I'm going to segue to when I move, so I think we'll just get on with it, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's Kara with their, I think, 15th year reunion. Yeah, with When I Move.
Yeah, legendary group. Let's see if it's a legendary song.
I'm standing on the edge 난 가장 높은 곳에서 Everything is upside down 두렵지 않아 break it down 당당히 서 있어 with my toes Everybody listen up now No 더 이상 no turning back No turning back No turning back 난 don't be scared 아슬하게 아찔하게 두 손을 펼쳐 up in the air Up in the air Up in the air 망설이지만 너 어때 When I move my body 흔들어봐 When I move When I move 더 자유롭게 breaking all the rules When I move rhythm에 맡겨 느낀 그대로 이런 move 나의 move Oh when I move What's the problem 점점 빠져드는 이 공간의 flow 나조차도 어림잡지 못해 out of my control 흘리는 몸을 맡겨 이끌림이 싫진 않잖아 그치 나를 따라 너를 던져봐 No 더 이상은 no turning back No turning back No turning back Oh don't be scared 아슬하게 아찔하게 두 손을 펼쳐 up in the air Up in the air Up in the air 망설이지만 we just dance When I move 너의 발을 흔들어봐 When I move When I move 더 자유롭게 breaking all the rules When I move rhythm에 맡겨 느낀 그대로 이런 move 나의 move Oh when I move 다시 move again We ready for this time 아찔하게 흔들어 rollercoaster ride 아스팔트에서 피운 꽃 strong survive 춤춰봐 자유롭게 미쳐봐 Shake your body bounce your body 왔어 우리에게 너무 좋은 날이 Move your body 들려는 말이 너가 원했던 이 순간이 멈추지 말겠어 on my way I will never look back oh babe 멈추던 맘을 녹여 어제의 너를 잊어 Moving on baby When I move 너의 발을 흔들어봐 When I move When I move 더 자유롭게 breaking all the rules When I move rhythm에 맡겨 느낀 그대로 이런 move 나의 move
Okay, that was Kara's When I Move. What are your thoughts, Alex?
Yeah, I can definitely move to this. Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really know too much about Kara in general. Yeah, they're just kind of before my time. But yeah, I mean, yeah, this song is like disco inspired, which I'm down with. I enjoy disco songs. But yeah, probably not my favorite disco songs in the recent years, but yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, what else? I mean, yeah, they look good. Uh, yeah. What do you think?
Wow, I just realized they're still using that prop from the Night Rather Than Day MV. Jesus Christ. I just noticed there's this scene right with a neon light. It just popped up a minute ago, where there's a sign that just says Night Rather Than Day. That's an EXID song from like 5 years ago or something, and they're still using that prop. Oh, that's really caught me off guard. But yeah, Kara technically are slightly before my time, but I caught the tail end of them and really, really, really loved them. Like, they have made some of my favorite songs ever. I love these girls so much. Which is why I went in with the assumption this would be bad. And I don't think I was wrong. To me, this is like very much low-end Kara. This is like very not Kara, to be honest. Like, this feels more like they could have given this to any group. This doesn't feel like it was like, well, let's make something that will be identifiably Kara, and this just isn't that at all. To be honest, the chorus to this, right, tell me I'm wrong, the chorus to this is just Love, Love, Love by Vivis, but worse, and louder and shoutier. I'll get that up, actually, so I can show you people what I mean, because it's a B-side, so people probably haven't heard it. Yeah. Let me get it up. I'll play it on stream. Let me get to the chorus. Oh, here we go. This is just like a more laid-back version of the Kara song, and I think it's a lot better. But yeah, that's what I immediately was reminded of when I listened to When I Move, and that's already setting you up for failure, because that song's really good, and this is like a lot less care went into this Kara song, in my opinion. Like, that first verse, I think it's Sungyeon it goes to second, and I feel like they just didn't bother doing extra takes to get it right, because she like trips over one of the lines and it's really awkward sounding. And I'm like, why did we, like, it's been 15 years, why can't we like wait a little bit longer to get this right, you know? I just, if you're going to bring back, it's the same thing, I think I just have too much respect for them, the same way I was with SNSD Forever One. Like, I love these groups so much. They're like icons of my era. I love them. They're fantastic, but when they come back and put out something that anyone could have made, I just think, what was the point? Like, yeah, they're back and it's nice to see them, but, you know, I would have been happier if this wasn't in their discography, personally. I just think it's so weak compared to their golden era stuff.
So what would you say is their golden era songs?
Ooh, there's a lot. How long have you got? let me get up all my Kara in my playlist. So, I mean, the one that I witnessed when the first one I ever heard of theirs was Step, which is an absolutely fantastic song. That came out before my time, but it was one of them that would just pop up on recommended if you were listening to girl group stuff in like 2013, 2014. So I heard that, and then Mamma Mia came out. That was amazing. You know, going back further, you got Mister, you got Pandora, Lupin, Honey, even Break It, their debut, Jumping, Wanna, you know, even Starlight is like a little B-side from their Cupid album, another good song. Damaged Lady is amazing. There's like a ton of amazing songs they've made, but none of them sound like this. You know? I guess that's as much my fault, because I'm like, you know, Kara should sound like Kara, but that's just not how K-pop works, unfortunately. if FX came back now, they would sound nothing like how I remember them sounding. So I shouldn't be that surprised. But I just wish more care was taken. I feel like there was some really sloppy production on this song. Like a lot of the verses are like super auto-tuney and like bad EQ. Everyone sounds really crushed and small and bad. And they're not bad vocalists. I know this. I've listened to them for a long time. But yet they make them sound like they are.
How about the B-sides? Did you listen to any of those?
I
thought they were
listened
pretty
to
good.
them, but I don't remember if I liked any of them. Let me look what they were. I think Shout It Out was alright. Other than that, I didn't really care for much on the album, I don't think. It's just, again, nowhere near as good as their old stuff, but I shouldn't expect it to be. I will say they look great. Like, Jiyoung looks like she hasn't aged a day. I don't know how she's managed it. She looks as good as she did in 2013, like, it's insane.
Mhm.
But, yeah, song-wise, not feeling it. I think maybe it's time for me to let these old groups go and just stop caring, because I put them on such a high pedestal because all their stuff from back then was incredible, and then they come back and I'm always disappointed. So I don't know if I should just either avoid their new releases or stop pretending that they're going to be as good as they were, because they just never are. It's clear that they just never are, and they won't be. Oh, Writers on When I Move, Swithers put in the chat. Hadar Adora.
I mean, like,
Anton Goranson.
just say they had like a concert, or you'd go to it though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's way more songs of theirs that I like than that I don't. They wouldn't tour here anyway, because they probably would. Either they wouldn't tour here, or they'd charge so much that I wouldn't be able to go. But I would definitely go to a Kara gig, definitely. They have some fantastic songs. Minimoo in our community? Me and her became friends over us both mentioning Step while we were playing League of Legends. So that'll tell you a lot about how much we love Kara.
Yeah.
They're a fantastic group, but yeah, I think modern K-pop got to them, and that makes them worse. But here we are. Another week of me complaining about how everything's gotten worse since 2011. Also, is it just me, or has Gyuri had like some not great plastic surgery? It's either plastic surgery or it's like really dodgy makeup. Does Minnie like this? No, she doesn't. She's with me on this. She is also like, nah, I think. Let me actually check. I don't want to misquote her. Yes. So let me quote her message to me about Kara's comeback. She put, "Hate Kara's comeback." I put "same mate," and I was like, everyone else seems to like it, and I'm here like, "You'll have ears." And she said, "Nah, it's bad." So that'll tell you what Minnie Moo thinks about this song. She also agrees it's not good. Sad. Yeah. So Swither was saying who the writers are on this song as Hadar Adora, Anton Goranson, Isabella Sjöstrand, Brandon Beham Hamlin. So there's 2 Scandinavian names there, and that says to me this is going to be boring and generic, and it bloody well is. So stop employing the Scandinavians because they keep making shit songs. I needed a good rant. I don't even think this song's that bad. It's just like, because it's from Kara, I'm like, what the fuck? I think it's a case of expectations more than anything else. Like, I love Kara, so I expect them to bring out something good, even though I told myself this would be bad. But yeah, I don't seem to be, as much as I want to be like, I don't care if it's good or not. I love these groups, so I want it to be good, and it just never is. It's sad. And like, oh man, the whole like modern K-pop getting to them as well. Like, I watched their Killing Voice, and it was so robotic at points. I was like, what is the point in this? I can just watch their old stages where they actually sing and don't get tuned to hell. I don't know. This is the old man yells at cloud content you've all subscribed for, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, safe to say I don't like the song very much. I don't understand why I'd want a Vivi's song from Kara. I want a Kara song from Kara. We didn't get one. But anyway, I'll let that lie before I go off again on Kara. And you've actually got another pick, which I'm hoping will be a little bit more up my street. We'll see.
Maybe this is the one I was talking about that
Oh no.
might be in the. Yes, but it's a Yein, former Lovelies, with their first comeback.
Mm.
It's a song called Bus.
Okay, let's get on the bus.
내가 여기 서 있는 동안에 아주 수많은 사람들이 지나가고 있지만 우리처럼 누구도 사랑할 수 없어. 너와 나는 좀 달랐으니까 살면서 감히 느껴보지 못할 행복이 어찌 있지 못할 감정이었다. 혼자 버스 정류장에서 함께 있었던 그 온기를 기억해. 혼자 버스 정류장에서 널 마주칠 리 없어져 버린 덩그러니 넌 어딨니? 어디서 내 생각을 하고 어떻게 나를 떨쳐내고 나 아닌 누구를 바라볼 수 있다는 게 아직 실감안 나. 이번 한 번 져주면 안 되니? 차라리 날 볼 수 없게 내가 아주 멀리 떠나버릴까? 혼자 버스 정류장에서 함께 있었던 그 온기를 기억해. 혼자 버스 정류장에서 널 마주칠 리 없어져 버린 덩그러니 넌 어딨니? 함께 버스 위에 태웠던 우리의 추억을 이제는 내려줄 때인가 봐. 그리울 땐 이곳에 와볼 것 같아. 혼자 버스 정류장에서 함께 있었던 그 온기를 기억해. 혼자 버스 정류장에서 널 마주칠 리 없어져 버린 덩그러니 넌 어딨니?
Okay, how was your ride on the bus, Alex?
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, yeah, I could see myself listening to this on the bus. Um, But yeah, no, it's another ballady song, so that's why I said probably similar to T's song. But
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, I enjoy it for what it is. It's pretty just, chill, relaxed, and her voice is pleasant.
Mhm.
So yeah, the video, it's kind of similar to her last song too, like just like kind of like camcorder, like voyeur type shots and stuff. But
Make it sound suspect, why don't you?
yeah. I mean, at least it's longer. It's like over 3 minutes. Like her last song was like less than 3 minutes, I think.
Oof.
And like, yeah, and just I think the other songs from this company were like like Yein, former G friend, her songs were like less than 3 minutes also. So I guess this is a longer song, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think I prefer the writing of this to T's pick, but I think the performance is less good. But that's to be expected, because Seo In Guk's like a proper like ballad singer, whereas Yein's like an idol, you know. I think like melodically, I think this song is way more interesting than the Seo In Guk song. But
Yeah.
there's just like no variation in lyrics at all, not lyrics, vocals at all. Like she just kind of is at the same level all the way throughout, so it gets a little bit dull. But like for the first like verse, chorus, and verse, I was kind of feeling it. I was like, okay, yeah, I can see why you'd like this. You know, it's quite relaxing. You know, I'm watching this lovely camcorder footage of the beautiful Yein walking around in the sunshine. I'm not minding this. And then it just kept going, and I was like, okay, well, you can stop now. Maybe I wanted this one to be less than 3 minutes. I don't know. It didn't hold my attention for that long, but I was fine with it for a while. You know. It's a cute video. It's nice seeing her with her sparkler, having fun, and like being in the sun, all that stuff. You know, I'm never gonna moan about having to watch Yein. She's very, very pretty. I'm never gonna moan about having her in a video. But yeah, song wise, it's just okay. I can understand why you'd want to listen to it, but it's not my thing. You know. But yeah, I can definitely see this like a winter like bus ride, looking out at the frost, trying to get home. You know, I can understand that.
Yeah, or maybe more rain for where I live, but yeah.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just going by what I'm used to now because it's been frosty as hell for the last like week and a half here. So we're enjoying the freezing cold here, but it's not like that everywhere. Yeah, I can definitely see a rainy day with this for sure. This could set the mood perfectly one day. I think I didn't particularly like her other songs, but maybe that's a me thing. I think most of you really liked Plus and Minus, right? But
yeah, Plus and Minus was great. Yeah,
I don't think it was for me, but yeah, this song's fine. I don't really have any central issue for it. I think I'd probably give it like Free to Go, maybe Night in the Cells. One of the two. It's kind of like, you know, you lose points because it's ballady, and I just don't like ballads, but also, like, everything's done fairly well, so I don't mind it. I could be a lot madder. I got more animated over a song that I should like more, but I don't. So, you know, it's fine. Not gonna complain. Here's a question, right? How do you think Yein's done compared to the rest of Lovelyz when they've gone solo? I'm now trying to think about who from Lovelyz has gone solo.
Yeah, so I mean,
I guess
her. I mean, I think she's done okay. She's probably my. I'd say Yen's my favorite, and then Sujong, and then.
Has Baby Soul done much since then? I'm not sure if she has. I know she did a lot of stuff before Lovelyz. I just don't know if she's done a lot since.
Who?
Baby Soul.
Oh, yeah. I think she had something this year.
Oh, because she did it under her actual name, didn't she? She doesn't go by Baby Soul anymore. I'm so used to calling her Baby Soul that I can't get used to what her actual name is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think who I'd say has had the best solo career out of the Lovelyz girls so far. I mean, success-wise, it's probably Miju, right? Because she's done so well on Variety, but I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe I'd give it Sujong. I don't know. It's between her and Yein, I think. But yeah, fine. Okay with Yein. We'll leave her at that. But as always, thank you so much for calling in, Alex. You weren't particularly feeling it, but you got bussed. So pretty fitting that you've covered a song called Bus when you got bussed.
Yeah, but, no worries.
You know, we always appreciate you calling them.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah. Take care.
Got any shout outs?
Shout outs.
If you don't, it's fine, but you know. Thought I'd offer.
I got one.
Yeah.
No, we got like there's like a Red Velvet Espa like Christmas collab coming up.
Oh, okay.
So Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that is.
I see bad things in my future. I'll look forward to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, thank you so much for calling up. It's always lovely having you on.
Yep.
And,
Take care. Yep. See ya.
Yeah, talk to you later. Bye bye. Oakley dokley. Swither, get ready. It's time for your endless triple call. Okay, on to our final caller, as far as we know. The man who needs no introduction, you know? He's just here to talk and talk and talk and talk because he's got 3 topics today. So let's bring him in and get on with it, right? It's Swither. Hello, Swither.
Talk and talk.
Hey, I knew you'd get it. I knew you'd be straight on that. Love to see it. How you doing, Swither?
I'm solid. How about you?
Yeah, I've made it through 2 ballads, so I've done the hard work today, and now I get to enjoy myself.
Okay. I hope
That's a bit of a
that
brutal assessment, but you know,
I hope that you enjoy yourself.
I will try.
Okay. So wait, do I have any opinions on what you're just talking about? Yeah. The car song, I enjoyed. I kind of agree on some of the criticisms of the song, but everything else about it I liked so much. Yeah, I guess T kind of said it, but yeah, similar dynamic as with the SNSD 15-year comeback, where it's like, you know, there's something that I see in the song that I like, and mostly I'm just really happy to see them together and looking good, and you know, still, you know, not dropping in production value necessarily.
Oh, I forgot
Even
to
if-
say, God damn, that was some bad rap verses in that song.
It was kind of funny.
Fucking
yeah.
awful, like unlistenably bad. Like,
Oh,
Jiyoung, you're a fantastic singer. Just stick to singing, please.
Not unlistenable, but just, you know,
Borderline.
just casual is all. Just casual. Yeah, the Yein song. Yeah, I don't have many opinions to express on those songs that you've covered.
Mhm.
Less my wave. But I am here first to bring on an artist named Heeo. I think the surname, or I think it's Kwak Heeo.
Okay.
And she was on Mix 9 and was a part of a group called 410 that I never really.
Yeah. I knew 410.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't really. I don't know any of their songs. Maybe I've heard them, but I don't really know their songs. But yeah, she's like Lovely's girl age. She was born in '94, so she would have slotted in
Best year.
with
All
with
the
the
best
Lovely's
people were born in
girls.
94.
What, were you born in '94?
Yeah.
Roger that.
All the best people, you know.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. You know, my oldest brother's born in '94, so you know he's a
Reminding
good
me
guy
I'm
too.
old.
You're not old, brother. You know, you've got so much life in you.
I don't feel like I do.
Well, it's because your attitude is that of we'll call it an old soul, or perhaps how am I forgetting what they call? What in the you know, the ghost of future, the ghost of Christmas past, the ghost of Christmas future. What's that story called again?
The Christmas Carol.
Yeah, Christmas Carol. Yeah, Scrooge. Yeah, a little bit Scrooge-ish this
Of
year.
course. Apparently, you're a
But
Scrooge if you want good pop music. My apologies.
what I mean, you know, there's subjectivity here. You know, there's some good songs.
Some of us are not willing to accept dem mix as our overlords.
Oh, speaking of NMIX, how about that Jenny exit?
How
That
about
was
that drama,
crazy.
eh?
That was crazy. I
Oh.
mean, it's not drama because we don't hear anything other than, oh, she's gone.
Yeah, but that
You know,
makes
it's
it
not-
drama because it's so weird.
Yeah,
It'd have been
but
less
it's
drama if
just-
they were like, look, okay, she's had, you know, a niggling health issue for years and she's got to get it sorted, so she needs to leave. That's less drama than like, she gone.
Yeah, that would be true if you could have any expectation of clarification in the future. But with this industry, you really don't have any assurances that this will ever get any sort of trustworthy explanation.
True.
But maybe
even
we
if
will.
they do explain it, usually it's just like corporate talk for we didn't want her in the group. You know?
Yeah, that's why.
Even if
that's
it's
why
like
I
health
clarified.
issues or artistic differences, all it is like, fuck her, we don't want her, see ya. That's what they're basically saying.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, in the statement, they asked that people not speculate too much, and you know, it really could be anything. So, I mean, in isolation, it is a bit of a worrying factor. I want to think that things are going well in the JYP groups, but yeah, there isn't really much to speculate on. But obviously, I've been a Bay bias since I got familiar with them, so. It's not as bad as it could have been, at least for me. But yeah, sorry. Sidetracked. You were talking about Heeo. Yeah, so Heeo was on Mix 9, the show that produced not a group like it was supposed to, but it did bring us, you know, Hyunjin of Luna, Heejin of Luna, Ryujin of Itzy, a lot of small girl groups like
Summer Cake, you know,
Dreamcatcher.
plenty of incredibly like talented girls were on there.
Yeah, and then Coco Sorry, Playback, Neon Punch we were just talking about. Yeah. So yeah, she was on that show. I didn't watch much of that show. I've just seen clips. But maybe I should. I mean,
we should. We've been
people.
Like, haven't we been tossing that up for a while about doing a watch along for that at some point? We should do that.
Yeah, I just don't trust myself to find any form of safe streaming link for any of those shows, and it's too obscure and like periodical to really find in a. Well, yeah, let's keep the talk unsuspicious. But yeah, so Heeo, she's a blood type B girl, if that matters. You know, just wanted to throw that in there. No, that's just actually. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, but yeah, just wanted to bring that up because I still think it's so funny. That song and the fact that that is one of the first things that you like. You know, looking her up, I don't see how tall she is. I don't see, you know, what she likes or does on the side, but I see her blood type.
Yeah.
I just find that strange. But yeah, so she has a couple singles out already, and I had heard them as they were coming out because I was interested. And Designer was okay, but it did seem a little bit cheap. It had the designer, but yeah, it just had sort of that like TikTok bass, you know, like guy flexing a expensive car sort of vibe to the song. But and it seemed a little cheap, so I saw it and I was like, oh, that's nice, you know, she's got a solo song or whatever, but didn't really expect much, you know, because you know almost anyone can get a song like that off, I feel, kind of. But then the song that I'm bringing on today dropped, and we'll see, huh? It's called Destiny or Challenge, right? But yeah, it's called Destiny or Challenge from Heeo. Let's roll.
See which it will be.
내 발걸음 이미 시작된 게임 내게로 이끌려 또 괴롭혀 이 치명적인 레이스 어떤 중독보다 진하게 날 감싸 네 향기에 취해 야야 계속 추격하는 듯한 느낌 닿을 듯이 아슬하게 드라이빙 마치 자석처럼 날 끌어당겨 둘의 틈 사이 거리가 좁혀져 넌 나에겐 destiny or challenge 더 알고 싶어져 뭘 깊숙이 채워진 이 맘의 끝까지 눈 마주친 순간 난 무너뜨려 끝까지 깊은 밤을 넘어 해가 뜰 때까지 답을 할 수 없는 계속되는 미러지 할 수 없이 올라간 너 위로야 더 커져간 스케일 더 화려하게 불타 like a fire 끝을 알 수 없는 트랙 쉴 틈 없이 미소 짓게 yeah. 마치 중력처럼 날 끌어당겨 둘의 틈 사이 거리가 좁혀져 넌 나에겐 destiny or challenge 더 알고 싶어져 말대로 깊숙이 채워진 이 맘의 끝까지 눈 마주친 순간 날 무너뜨려 따뜻해지는 기분 나를 삼켜 Oh baby 이런 느낌 속에 baby 마치 또 다른 세상에 새롭게 눈을 뜬 듯해 내게로 다가온 미스터리 그 비밀을 알려줘 넌 나에겐 destiny or challenge 더 알고 싶어져 머리로 깊숙이 채워진 이 맘의 끝까지 눈 마주친 순간 날 무너뜨려 따뜻해지는 기분 나를 삼켜 Oh baby 이런 느낌 속에 baby 운명 같은 드라마 나 홀린 듯한 눈빛에 내 자극하는 feeling 내 모든 걸 다 바꿔 change 내 삼켜버린 trauma 한순간에 반겨볼게 내 자극하는 feeling 끝이 없는 게 아주 like a challenge
Okay, Swither, was it Destiny or was it a challenge? Don't mind me, I'm just bringing up a song I think is very similar to this.
Well, actually, that's a very interesting choice. So is Destiny supposed to be the good one, and then the challenge is supposed to be the bad one?
Quite possibly. For the people watching the stream, I'm just playing a song that I feel like is like the dark version of that song. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Okay, let me hear it real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
매일 반복되는 radio sigh 더 이상 두근거리지가 않아 너도 고되게 될 거야 모든 게 like Go away 네 말들이 내 숨 막히게 해 What should I do 어차피 잃을 것도 없는데 I'm addicted 피부 속에 퍼져간 adrenaline
Way more basic pre-chorus.
And breathe me 숨 쉴 수 있게 Let's get on with me 내 맘대로도
Kept expecting to hear this chorus.
더는 시간이 없어
It is a solid chorus.
난 몰라 조금 더 뭘 더 걱정하는 거야 Just find out 내게
Yeah, that's Kiara's Pick Me Up, which I feel is quite has some similarities. Don't worry, I'm not saying it's like, you know, plagiarism or anything. It's definitely not, but there's some similarities.
Yeah,
I kept thinking of it, and I was like, I'm not going mad, right?
Yeah, they're definitely not too close, but I can see a little bit of a vibe.
Like the bass line kind of feels like it would fit in Destiny or Challenge, and the chorus definitely feels like it would fit in Destiny or Challenge.
Let's talk about that bass, huh? Because
Mhm.
you know it was good and it sounded good throughout the song. And again, we're talking about Heeo now, and it sounded good throughout the song. But then towards the end, like after the last chorus, they took it for a walk. They took that bass for a walk. I loved that. It was such good timing for it to come in, and it really made it feel like it was, you know, arriving at its destination. It was really great. I loved that, and it added so much, you know. I don't know. It just made it feel like so much less cheap of a song than Designer, her first single, which again was fine, but like I just wanted to highlight how, in the process of listening to this song, I was like, you know, it elevated her for me and her musical identity.
Mhm.
But yeah, I thought this was really great. Really, really, really surprised me. I mean, the looks are really solid. I like the moves. I wouldn't say the moves are like, I don't remember them that well.
Yeah.
But they look good. She looks good doing them. Absolutely can. And again, the things that on cheap or small artist music videos you can run into, and the pitfalls, the frequent pitfalls of small artists, she doesn't fall for in a lot of these cases. And it's not all under the artist's control. It also is depending on the quality of the director of the music video and stuff. But a lot of the close-up shots on her face and her expressions were just right, and she pulls off some cheeky winks that have the right attitude. It's kind of funny when you see an attempt for a cheeky wink, but there's also this weird absence of the underlying attitude or message or feeling behind it, and it's just but that's not the case here. She killed it. I'm trying to refrain from using a bunch of words that I could use to be positive about this song, just because I should keep the vocab diverse, I guess. But the looks are amazing. The song is great. They took the bass for the walk, and the chorus, I love it. Cheeky cowboy hat, that can go a number of ways. We've seen a couple of colorful cowboy hats this year. Some of them have gone well, some of them haven't. But in this case, I don't know what it is about it, because there's nothing Western going on. But I don't know. She just kind of sells the party girl with the cowboy hat on type beat. Yeah, I mean, really not that much to say about this one, because I don't know who produced it. Maybe that's available information, but I sort of just suspected that she would be too small for that to be easily accessible.
True.
But whoever did it, good job. It sounds great, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
But so you liked it? You just thought it reminded you of that Kiara song a little bit?
Yeah. I think the trouble for me is I was enjoying it when we were listening to it. I don't love it, but it's fine. It's good. The backing track's cool. But the whole time I'm just thinking, man, this is Kiara. Man, I could be listening to Kiara right now.
Okay, yeah, that's unreasonable. That's an unreasonable level. But I did I liked T said something about rhyming the destiny with challengey.
Yeah, don't need
I
that.
rock with that.
Don't need that.
I like that.
Make a real rhyme, come on.
I'll count it. There's
Can't
an
just
E there.
bend words to fit your rhyming scheme. It's not cool.
Except that's half of music.
Yeah, that's the lazy half of music.
So you're saying all slant rhymes are lazy?
Most of them, yeah.
Okay, well, what if
Get a proper rhyme.
What if less important than the fact that the original root words have exactly identical ending syllables? What if more important than that is the notion that you get something across, or the clarity of your art?
I mean, you still should rhyme. You could do both.
And she did, just by a little bending. It just takes a little
breaking the word open.
Nah, definitely just a bend. Challengey.
That's not how you say it.
And sometimes
You see, destiny or jealousy, that would have worked way better.
Sometimes shit is just challengey. I don't know what to tell you.
Destiny or pregnancy? Love that one, T. Fantastic. Banger rhyme. Love that. What if pregnancy is your destiny,
Yeah, that would be a very provocative song title, because
Very
that
different
really
song.
That makes you think. In what world are these the two choices? But okay, I'm trying to take some big bites today. So let's keep moving. I really like that song. I hope y'all liked it. Which one of the things that I sent do you have queued up next for me?
We've got Itzy next. Oh joy.
Okay, Cheshire. Okay, so you can maybe tell me something about what actual Cheshire is, but my understanding is just there's that cat from Alice.
Yeah, Cheshire is actually just an area in England where a lot of footballers live.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else notable
Yeah, T
about
lives
it?
there. There you go. T's there right now. So it's like full
respect.
of Range Rovers and gated communities and all that shit. Lots of very, very
Ooh.
orange-looking women and that sort of thing.
Mm.
Footballer shit.
sounds
The
swanky.
Bentley in every other hedge. It's just how it is.
Would they haven't launched a Real Housewives of Cheshire yet?
I don't think so. No.
That, I mean, based on your description, it sounds like it's ripe territory. But yeah, so Itzy's new single, I sort of spoke about what I thought this might be on a previous episode because I think this is the song that JYP was talking about when he was saying sneakers is okay, but I'm really excited about the next Korean comeback. And so this being the next Korean comeback, it must be this. And so let's see what we all think, huh?
All right. Let's see if there's a Bentley in every hedge. Let's go. Cheshire time.
La 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 la. Don't ever ask me 무슨 생각을 하고 있는지. Not my business. 나도 날 몰라 내 맘 따라 play. 좋긴 좋은데 love or like 숨었다가 또 나타나. Yeah yeah yeah. 맞고 틀린 게 어딨지. Cheshire처럼 it's alright. 자꾸 물어보면 boring 뭐든 내 맘대로 play a trick. 정해진 답은 없어. You want to know. 원한다면 힌트 줄게. 나머진 free하게 나. 네 마음속에 불 안아줘. 라라라라라. Hey, why so serious? 보이는 거 그대로 날 믿어봐. Hey, 어렵게 생각나. Nothing's wrong, right? Can you see me? Hey, why so curious? 머리 말고 네 느낌을 믿어봐. Hey, 심각해지지 마. Anything's right. 내 미소는 이상하지. 그래도 너는 like me. Yeah, I feel so free. 눈 감으면 사라지지. 미소는 남겨둘게. 어둠 속에 반짝인 nice. 누군가 날 조명 삼아. 길을 찾아낼지도 I wanna go. 오빠 저 찾아. Yeah, yeah. Love is a damn story. 여전 희나는 wondering. 그런 표정 라라라라라. Hey, why so serious? 보이는 거 그대로 날 믿어봐. Hey, 어렵게 생각나. Nothing's wrong, right? Can you see me? Hey, why so curious? 머리 말고 네 느낌을 믿어봐. Hey, 심각해지지 마. Anything's right. Why so serious? Hey, 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 hey. Why so curious? 내 뒤에 가려진 내 맘 사실 나도 몰라 what I want. 대체 왜 그게 중요해? We're gonna do it right. Will you join me? 앞에 펼쳐진 이 순간을 즐기면 돼 이대로. Hey, nothing's wrong, nothing's right. La 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 Why so serious? Hey, 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 hey. Why so curious? La 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 la.
Okay, Swither, go and gush about Chaeyoung for a bit.
Hey, why so serious? So they're going Joker mode, huh?
Despite it being called Cheshire. Really confused about that.
Hey, it's all about the wide smiles, I guess. But why so serious? Why so curious? Why do you think they made these choices?
Because they thought it would sell? I don't know.
I just found it sort of confusing. Yeah, but I don't know if that's a sufficient explanation. I mean, maybe it's just that was the next phrase to reach for to rhyme with why so serious, and then they were like, "Ooh, curious cat, Cheshire cat." Maybe that's really it.
Basically, they started off with like, let's do one about the Cheshire Cat, and then we were like, oh, but also, Joker smiles too. Let's put him in, right? That'll do. Close enough.
Yeah, I guess the vibe is just that all the things in it are revolving around that central vibe of a mischievous smile. And there's some mischievous smiles in this, especially from Ryujin.
Her smile kind of unsettles me, like, no matter what song we're in. I don't know why. Just don't look right.
I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why either. But yeah, there's some really good things in the song. There's a Chaeryeong part in the pre-chorus that comes 2 or 3 times that is amazing. I really like the white outfits because they give Chaeryeong like a little puffer jacket, but just for like the hip area, and then her forearms, south of the elbow, which is just interesting to me. And then I thought the Yuna braid wrap thing worked pretty well too. Some good looks. Some of the dance moves, the chorus dance move where they like go up on one foot and then kick in, like it's giving me like a straw man from
Wizard
oh
of
my
Oz?
god, yeah, Wizard of Oz. I'm forgetting everything today. Sorry.
Oh god, this fucking cut again. Sorry.
It was a very strange dance move to choose, and while it could be easy to rip on it because it does look a little goofy, I admire it because it is different. It is genuinely a different looking dance move, and they are consistent enough with it. It's a sort of move where, like, remember when aespa girls had that flamingo stance bit where they just they pull up into flamingo mode and then they sort of just vibrate or something. That move was bold too, but they did not manage to sell it. In some of the performances, it was like not synchronized, and it didn't look like they liked the move. Like it looked really awkward and bad, and was honestly, perhaps a linchpin that brought down aespa girls. I don't know. But in this case, it's Itzy, and I don't want to be comparing too hard, but I feel like, they're more dance forward, and they will probably be able to sell that move, even though it is a bit of a reach. And yeah, Chaeryeong looks really great. Their approach to having her go Joker mode is some of the, tear eyeshadow makeup thing. And then they have that one bit, in exploring these themes about what's fake and what's true. They have Chaeryeong
fake and true.
throw up a blanket, and then she disappears behind it. And since I haven't developed object permanence yet, when the blanket dropped and Chaeryeong was not behind it, I did start crying fitfully. But when she came back in the next shot, I was smiling again. It was great. But yeah, they are referencing Twice's fake and true a lot. I guess that's just some company
Actual
love,
reference,
huh?
or
I mean, they
just
have
doing the same
fake
thing.
and true sign. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just saying, we have our girl groups explore this theme, and let's connect them a little bit. But maybe there's something more to it. Maybe there's less. I don't know. Generally, things look pretty good. And the song is okay. The chorus gets up into that range where I think it probably loses a very substantial percentage of its potential listenership, just because it's
Sure.
really up there and sort of
Nice.
It's kind of that. So ultimately, because I came in with sort of high expectations for it, ultimately it was a bit of a disappointment. But there are still things about it that I do really like.
Mm-hmm.
The B-sides were more of a just straight up disappointment, though.
They always are with Itzy.
They really aren't, though. For me,
there's so many awful ones. Like, every time I've tried listening to their full albums, I'm like, Jesus who would
Yes,
listen
but
to
they're
this ever?
wacky. They're nice and wacky and goofy and fun.
They're just loud and annoying,
Usually.
usually.
Yes, but sometimes yes, but in different ways, and they bring interesting people on, and some of them are not your normal sort of annoying or weird, but just like genuinely things that I haven't heard in this context and ideas that I haven't heard in this context. Like that Japanese song that I brought on.
Blah,
Oh,
blah,
actually,
blah.
no, that was it was the Japanese B side to blah blah blah. I forget what it was called, but it was so cool.
I
It
probably
was so
didn't listen
bizarre.
to it.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't think you would like it. But yeah, Itzy really does bring something to the table usually, and in this case, the B sides I was not feeling, which I was sad about. But I just you said it when when the song ended and you reintroduced me. I am just really a bit too obsessed with Young. She's such an incredible presence in any format. She's an incredible dancer. When she goes on Variety, she's like so effortlessly funny and likable, and she just rules. And her vocal quality has this softness to it. She's just great.
Except in this
Um,
chorus.
well, I don't know. Yeah, they do have her go up into that register. But I think it's mostly Yeji and Ryujin's voice that are up there for the chorus. But yeah, the video, like on a large scale sense, not that compelling. Just different permutations of the whole, you know, uh, fake or true thing of just doing really simple manipulations and then revealing their the fact that they were false or something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this won't do as well as they hoped.
That's the theme with Itzy for the last 2 years. Every comeback does slightly worse than the last one.
Which is very sad.
Just make good songs again and you'll fix that, but they just don't do it. They went to such a winner with their first 4 releases. They were consistently great, and then they just were like, let's not do that anymore.
It is true. Their opening stretch was it started them with such insane momentum. It did feel like they were unstoppable, and it is true that since then, that momentum seems to have dissipated, and the songs have been, again, for some pretty understandable and good reasons. They have tried a number of things, and it's not laziness. At least I feel like it's not laziness on the part of anyone in the company. Obviously not the girls. The girls are they I watched this they did a 88 Rising interview in English, and they've all been working pretty hard, I think, in tandem with everything else that they do to all of them, not just getting one designated member that can speak English, but getting all of them to a pretty decently conversational level. And honestly, you don't even want it to get the English to get that much better than that, because that sort of awkward phase where you can clarify anything if you have enough time, but there's going to be a lot of mistakes. That's the best phase, because then you get really, fun mistakes and that sort of thing. I think, well, I'm gonna forget anyway. But in that interview, you would see what I mean. It's a solid interview, and the girls are showing their best English, and it was really cute.
Yeah,
and got some interesting insights. But yeah, so Itzy, I hope that they come out with a song that I can more full-throatedly support.
Mm-hmm.
But I do respect championing this strange dance move, and any Twice reference, I'll respect it. And any chance I get to see Jaeyoung performing, I will take it.
Yep.
So boom. Yeah, that's about it on that one. So, do you think? Are you down to stay on for a third?
Yeah, I can stay on for a third. I was going to say about this one, this is a theme that I discussed with the first song we covered on this show. Why, if there's ever a piano in a K-pop MV, does it have to get destroyed? Why? What do you have against pianos? There's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfectly serviceable instrument. But every time there's piano, bye-bye, boom, goodbye. They just drop it and blow it up in this one and turn it into a really bad-looking question mark. That wasn't worth it.
Well, in this case, it's the dedication to the real cartoon imagery. You know, they throw the, cartoon bomb at the screen, but, one that is made to be a real object. And then what could be more cartoon than dropping a piano on somebody?
I don't know, maybe you could drop like a fake something and not destroy an actual piano.
Oh my god. What's this? You know how many pianos become unusable or more expensive to fix than they are to.
But this was
just
like
buy
a
new
glitzy,
equipment.
nice-looking piano, and they destroyed it. It's just a waste. But aside from the piano, they have this one really like disgusting transition in this as well, where they go inside a girl's ear, and I'm not squeamish, but I like visibly repulsed when it came on screen. It's so gross looking. It's like
I'm glad you said that.
this is a weird reference, but do you know the video to Lil Dicky's Earth?
No, I do not.
I don't. You don't need to watch it, but like it's a crap song and a crap video. But like the whole central point of that song is it's like a charity single where celebrities come on and sing about being an animal, and it's like all the gross details of the animal. So Justin Bieber is a baboon, and he sings about being a baboon, and I'm like a man but less advanced, and my anus is huge is his line. And in the video there's a transition where you go through like the intestinal tract through like into the arsehole through the intestinal tract into the next part of the video, and this ear transition really reminded me of it. It's equally gross. But that one's like animated, whereas this is like actually just going deep into an ear. I don't need to see it.
I think the main problem here is how your level of familiarity with that video. You're quoting the lines.
I blame Todd in the
probably
Shadows
real
for that.
mistake.
It's his fault. I wouldn't know that song without him covering it, but it's what it is.
I respect that, and ideally an ear canal is a bit more sanitary than
a baboon's
colon.
anal tract. But yeah. This
but
song,
it is
man.
funny that
This song, right? So this Cheshire song, I was kind of feeling it in the first like bit. I was like, okay, yeah, nice little bit of piano, like interesting, verses. And then we got to the chorus and they killed it dead, like from behind with a single gunshot to the head. Like I don't know what they've been doing with their mixing, but they mix their vocals way too forward. Because the selling point of Itzy is not their vocals. It never has been. They're not vocally strong compared to other groups. And like they have this horribly high chorus that like hurts your ears anyway, and then they mix the girls really far forward, so you're like getting blasted by these horrible vocals, and they just ruin the song entirely. And they don't even go back to the like nice piano bit. It's all just bassy shit after that, and it's a mess. It's sad.
I think I agree with at least some lower magnitude of most of those criticisms, but I think the real core of it just comes from, does this make sense as a chorus? Because like one of their first couple singles, they had a consistency, and again, like I was just talking about with them learning English, they are marketing pretty heavily to an English market, as with almost all these groups, but Itzy, I feel like almost more so. And in that initial string of singles, the choruses all had a pretty direct, understandable message. I see that I'm icy. I want to be me. I'm different.
Yeah.
Dala dala. All that sort of stuff makes really a lot of sense to sing and to get into a chorus and it be like a moment of, catharsis or something like that.
Yeah.
But
the main part of those
Heeo,
choruses. The main part of those choruses also wasn't like stupidly high. It was all quite low and quite manageable and kind of more talky, because they're not strong vocalists. Like, you don't give them stuff like this. They're dancers. They're great dancers.
But I just want to make the distinction, because you could have a chorus in this register that works, maybe you're right. Maybe Itzy wouldn't be the best group to have it in that register.
No, definitely not.
But you could absolutely, and there are many choruses in this register that succeed just fine. It's just it emotionally doesn't work going from like a pretty nice pre-chorus into just really shouting at someone, "Hey, why so serious?"
That's
like
the trouble. It's the way they sing it. They sing it too full. If they sang this
No.
with like
that
a little
lyric,
bit more
that,
air, it would sound so much better. It's just
even
too
with a little
much.
more air, it's like I don't know if that message would emotionally land in the same way. It doesn't make as much
Well, it
sense for
lands
them.
now
I
because it
feel.
makes me turn the song off because it's so horrible. But you know, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but it sounds like shit. So that's that, really. The song had potential until then, but they killed it. So good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, at least there's some clips you can pull, and there's good stuff in the clips, and yeah, the dance. But okay, yeah, I'm sorry for almost trying to get by without hearing your opinions on it.
Yeah, motherfucker, it's my show. What are you talking about?
that is very rude of me. I appreciate you, taking a stand.
Yeah.
But now, okay, I feel like now we've probably covered it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So now we can get on to your final choice.
Yes, sir. I looked up the word, and after I looked up the word, I started feeling less comfortable coming on here and saying it.
Okay.
But it's Bibi, so we should expect nothing less. The song is called Jotto. And don't go repeating that based on what I searched. It seems like I'm not sure.
Is it a not safe for work thingy or?
Well, it's definitely a swear word essentially, but the nuance of it, it's so hard with swear words in any culture. The nuance of them is frequently so deep.
Mm-hmm.
And based on what I was searching, there could be many different things that tie into it, or it could just be a very commonplace, shallow swear word. But, regardless, just know that maybe it's not something that you could go out into public in South Korea and start saying to people. Not that anyone usually takes what I say on the show and then goes to the Korean public and starts saying it to them, but, just in case, little advice. But yeah, so she dropped her album, and it was an album. It did have a number of short tracks, like was predicted, but there were some full tracks. And for me, it was a bit of a mix. Some of them
For sure.
very strong, some of them just sort of passed by. But this one was a highlight, and I did not think it was going to get an MV. And then boom, it did. So here we go. Bibi's Jotto.
뒤도 돌아보지 않고 떠나더니 옷깃 부여잡는 손을 쳐내더니 미련한 털 없는 눈으로 날 똑바로 쳐다보고 웃으면서 뒤를 돌더니 어떤 대단한 걸 바랬길래 어떤 눈부신 걸만 했길래 걸레짝이 된 이 몸과 맘을 가지고서 내 방문을 두드리는 걸까 저도 관심이 없어 저도 상관이 없어 저도 반갑지가 않은데 저도 기다려볼래 치마폭에 파고드는 너를 보니 인간을 향한 혐오가 오르는 중 도대체 나한테 뭘 원하는데 도대체 나한테 뭘 바라는데 쓸모없어진 이 몸과 맘을 갖고 와서 내게 이러는 이유가 뭘까 관심이 없어 상관이 없어 반갑지가 않은데 돌아가 줄래
Okay, Swither. What did you enjoy about that murder?
Well, I enjoyed the the symbolism of having her, drowning him by grabbing him by his hair and then forcing him underwater, because it sort of echoed a scene just perhaps a minute and a half prior, uh, which was quite a K-pop first for me. I have not seen revenge forced cunnilingus depicted in a K-pop music video before. Have you?
Can't say I have, no.
Yeah, so this is a pretty intense MV for people that are listening and not watching. There's basically an assault on Bibi that then gets turned around by the presence of her having quite an impressive knife. And then the tables turn and she grabs him by his hair. And yeah, I already said what happens.
Yeah, he
Some
performs
very
cunnilingus
interesting
on her
shots.
skirt.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, maybe she gets something out of that. I don't know. But yeah, and then kills him, and then it appears kills a number of people that we must assume have committed similar deeds, kind of like that the prostitute in America that killed her rapist, and then a number of other what do you call a guy that gets a prostitute? A John or a Mark? I forget.
No,
One
I
of
don't
the
know.
Gospels.
I'd call him a client, surely.
A client, yes, we respect it. Okay. Well, yeah. Oh, the name came to me for a second. It's like Cisneros or something.
Never.
But yeah, that's what it reminded me of a little bit. But yeah, very bold choices, very BB choices. And the song is good. That's the crucial part, is the fact that it's bold choices and the song is pretty good. And you get a key change after that murder scene. And you get some piano. The piano doesn't get destroyed. So you should be happy about that.
Unbelievable. We just had to have multiple murders in order to get a piano not destroyed. That's all it took.
Yeah. But yeah, an incredibly intense music video, provocative. And one of my favorite cuts off the album. So I'm glad it got a video. I just saw her most recent one that featured some interesting looking tornadoes. This one was, it seemed like they treated the boldness of what they were trying to do with some respect. So it's pretty high production value in some respects, though there are some kind of awkward looking shots that make it a little less clear what exactly is going on. But yeah, I see that the intensity and the content of the music video is not pleasing to all of our viewers, so I totally get it if we want to stop showing
Scroll down, T. You don't have to look at it. It's fine.
it. But yeah, I don't have much more to say on it, honestly. But very, very provocative. A swear word title, a multiple acts of violence going in multiple directions in the video, in pretty much the maximal extent that you could get away with depicting it on a platform like YouTube.
Yeah,
So yeah, really, really testing the lines.
for sure.
But yeah, what do you think of the song?
When I first listened to the album, this was one of them that I really liked. And then the more I listen to it, the more it just reminds me of other songs. I think it's like one of the least original of Bibi songs. And like one of the least Bibi-ish of Bibi songs. Because like at points, like in the verses, this reminds me of do you remember that Code Kunst and Minoy song Take Me?
I definitely heard it, but I'm not conjuring it in memory.
You know what? This is going to help the listeners. I'll put it on. One sec. Let me get to the... I'll get to the chorus because that's the bit that reminds me. So we'll get to the chorus now. To me, this is quite similar.
Yeah, I remember the song now. I like it.
Yeah, I think the verses are kind of similar to that. And then the chorus, but when it comes in and is like an anti-drop, reminds me of Luna's Flip That.
Flip
a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Minoy's voice. Yeah. She did something recently, I'm forgetting, but some good songs.
Mm-hmm.
A song with PH1 and a song with some other notable characters, sort of wintry vibe. Some good songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, I definitely hear it.
I think there's it just isn't like bringing me something new, I don't think. And the more I listen to it, the more I'm like, why would I just would rather listen to Flip That or Take Me, you know? I think.
No, but I disagree with you saying that it doesn't sound like Bibi. Her vocal trademarks are definitely on this track.
Well, yeah, it sounds like she's singing, but like song wise, this isn't what I associate with Bibi.
Not just the vocal color, but like the whole approach and some of the melodies of the lines and stuff like that. I think it absolutely passes for me. It didn't feel like that much of a stylistic pivot for Bibi. Matter of fact, yeah, like we were talking about, it just seems like an intensification of things that she has done from day one, of just being really provocative, testing boundaries. You know, you could definitely get away with criticizing her for being a bit of like edgy, you know, just trying to be edgy.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, you could definitely make that argument, but she does sell it with some of the stuff that she does. I wouldn't say I have been sold lyrically or, you know, on an elevated art sort of level, but just in terms of like it pulling this sort of thing off and still being kind of glamorous and having good songs, I think pulls it off on that level. But it doesn't, you know, succeed in what I feel it might be trying to do, which is, you know, being sort of artistically impressive or something like that. But yeah, there are a lot of themes about vengeance in this album. And growing up, I associated like Korean culture with like stories of vengeance, almost certainly just because the first Korean movie that I saw was Old Boy. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen it yet, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, but I mean, talk about lurid tales of vengeance that one's pretty up there, for sure. And then yeah, there's a number of other pieces of Korean art or film or whatever that I've seen that really have intense depictions of vengeance. So I don't know, maybe that speaks to some different treatment of that, or something even more than that. I could definitely see there being something to it. But yeah, intense MV to a pretty good song. I guess kind of what I was hoping for from the Bibi title, even though that wasn't, the first music video didn't do that for me.
Yeah, not a fan of Bibi Vengeance.
Yeah.
You know what's ridiculous is it's all the songlets that I like way more out of her album. They're so much better than the full length songs to me. Like Motor Speed 24 is still amazing. Sweet Sorrow of Mother, it's a minute, but it's so good. Love Holic's Hangover is the other one I really like, which is like this kind of haunting duet with Sam Kim, which is fantastic.
It was good. Yeah, I like that one. But was that one even that short? The one with Sam Kim?
It's under 3 minutes. It's
okay.
2:48.
Okay. Yeah.
Still pretty short.
It's about there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I wasn't blown away by the album, but I was not disappointed by it. There's some good stuff. Bibi's still doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel, based on just my tone, you can probably tell that I feel there's something left to be desired. There's still something.
Yeah, for sure.
But in many ways, that's good. She still, without having to fundamentally change as an artist, I feel that she could still do more.
Yeah, she's still pumping out decent songs, but
yeah,
I liked a lot more stuff further back than I do lately with Bibi for sure.
Yeah, kinda.
I'm kind of wishing for a return to that like Binu, cigarette condom, restless, casino type stuff, but I don't think we're gonna get that.
Pack of cigarette and condom in my pocket.
Even like Pablo is really good. Like, all that stuff from back then is amazing. Fat ass girl, FedEx girl.
Hell yeah,
miss them days.
Yeah, I mean, still my favorite music video is the one for the birthday cake or the cake one. God damn, that one was so good.
What was that one?
I think it's called Birthday Cake or just Cake, but it's the one where she's pushing the grocery cart at the beginning and then ends up mashing a cake into her face under an underpass.
What? I don't remember this at all. I'm like, clearly I missed this.
But then in brackets and all caps, emotional, smashing a cake into your face, but brackets, all caps, emotional.
What on earth?
Really pulled it off, I think. In that one, that was the moment that video was definitely the moment in which I was most convinced of her artistic integrity and value. But yeah, this I feel like does start to tip a little bit more into the just deliberately edgy, provocative, and a little bit less felt. Probably.
I wonder how many more music videos we need where she murders multiple people and there's a shitload of blood until she's finally got it out of her system. Because it's getting a bit tiring, to be honest. This is like the third one now, isn't it? Third, fourth one?
Yeah. Yeah, they're really trying to establish that as her brand of like, she, we got all these clean, glamorous K-pop idols, but then we got
when it was more that she partied a lot
people.
And did drugs and shit. That was way more fun than this.
A little bit, but I think it is a little...
Saucy, she has sex. Like, that was way more of a fun niche than this shit, in my opinion. I think those videos are way more entertaining. I'm getting very bored of like bad Tarantino like copies, That's
I do kind of hope that is that this is just the era of that, and that they don't try to make that too much her thing.
Well, she supposedly writes everything about characters, right? So maybe she'll be done with this murder character soon and she'll go back to a more fun one. I'm hoping, but
yeah. And in fairness, among these criticisms of what I've heard, I also have not done her the due diligence of like really diving into the album and trying to understand what any sort of character that she was depicting But also at the same time, there's so much art out there. Something does have to sort of
It has to grab you.
draw me in and make me think that I got to be curious.
Yeah.
And I just don't feel that curious about it. But in fairness, there totally could be something that would redeem it if I paid a little closer attention. But yeah, overall, very interesting, not boring. And then in terms of things I want to talk about before I go, because I've been on here for a little bit, the new Yukika song I really liked. There's no visual component to it, so I wouldn't bring it on here. But Yukika, she doesn't fail. She never fails. Great song. And then about Kara, anyone that wanted to like the new Kara song more, but then maybe was like a little bit disappointed or something, go put on their Killing Voice, search Kara Killing Voice on YouTube. I know you hate it because
It's
there's
so
auto-tune.
robotic.
So robotic.
It is.
Yeah, sure.
It's not them. That's the fucking computer singing it for them.
Okay, but you still hear, you still hear most of their vocal color, and
Yeah, heavily distorted, but
and they do like a series of a lot of their best songs on there, and
they
they're
miss out
into
some
it.
though, right? Don't they like not do Pandora or something?
Yeah, they didn't do Pandora
What
if I
the
remember
fuck,
correctly.
Man, come on.
Yeah, Pandora does rule. But I really enjoyed that video. I honestly got a little emotional watching it.
I
And
had
then
very
beyond that,
conflicting emotions with that one because I was like, "Oh man, look at them being back together. Oh, I'm smiling," and then they cut in the auto tune. I'm like, "Man, I can't support this."
yeah, that really is just it's a hard deal breaker for you, and I
Yeah,
get
big
that. I
time.
respect that if that's your thing for sure. Then beyond that, like Alex, I am looking forward to, and I'm very curious about the Red Velvet Espa Christmas thing. SM always does some winter something, and last winter we got Step Back, which was so polarizing, and I loved
Horrendous.
it. I loved it. I thought it was wild.
One of the most horrible songs ever.
See, yeah, polarizing.
It's just anything from
neither of
SM
us,
I'm usually gonna hate because they just have lost it.
but at least we have strong opinions on it, and we remember it a year out with clarity.
The trauma does that to you, yeah.
Okay, well, Step Back, but we also, so this year it's gonna be. It looks like it's not because Step Back had Boa, it had
Yoyon,
it had some SNSD
Wendy.
girls in there as well. Yeah. And this time it looks like it is just Red Velvet and Espa, but it's all of them as opposed to just select members. And the teaser images look like they're going to do some sort of Mean Girls, Santa
joy.
Baby performance type thing. But, I hope it's not a cover or anything. It won't be.
It probably will.
They have to
I wouldn't be surprised. I can't wait to hear the Shrek tune coming in strong, as I've coined it. I'm sure I'm gonna. Is it gonna be out by next weekend? Because if it is, I'm sure I'll be forced to listen to it.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think it will be out by next weekend. Don't worry. Well, yeah, this is also a little more than a week, but I'm looking forward to New Jeans just announced their first new songs to be coming out since their 4-song Blitz debut. The first is called Ditto, out the 19th, so just before Christmas. And then OMG, and that is going to be a 2023 song, January 2nd. So, I like seeing that. I like when people, like Step Back, I think was released on New Year's Day or similar. And I respect, trying to set the tone, try to fight for, what is 2023 going to be? What's the next year going to be? And so I hope that those songs are good.
Well, let's hope so. And let's hope that next week you all turn up with some rather wonderful K-pop Christmas songs, because that's the aim. If
we
all
were
goes to
talking about some of
plan,
those.
next week's going to be Christmas week, because I'm obviously not hosting one on Christmas Day. Uh, so
Fair.
yeah, next week bring your best K-pop Christmas songs, and someone is bringing What's Up's Twerking Santa song because I have to talk about it. Even if none of you bring it, I'm bringing it. Fuck it, I don't care.
It's your show.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun songs to talk about with the K-pop Christmas, so look forward to that. Hopefully, you'll all bring some heat.
Yeah, and then after that, I'm imagining the Sunday after Christmas, you'll probably want to do the year-end lists, or is that not the plan?
I'm gonna poll you all because I'm not sure when we want to do it for. Because half the time, like randomly, a really good song will get released in like the last 2 weeks of December, and then people don't know whether to include it or not, or if if you do the form before the end of the year, then that fucks things up, and I don't know, but. We're working on doing a year-end one at some point. I'm not sure when it'll be. It'll be sometime in early January. I don't know when. Probably it'll be... I'm going to imagine it's going to be either the 8th or the 15th that we do it on. Because I think we want to make sure that the year's actually ended before we do, lists. So maybe, next week, 18th is Christmas week. Then a break for Christmas itself. Then we've got a New Year's Day probably episode if people are around. I'm not sure if they will be, but we'll see. And then I'll poll you all in the Discord on whether you want to do it on the 8th or the 15th, just to make sure we've got plenty of time to come up with our year-end lists and to make sure that we don't miss anything from the year, because that can be done easily.
Yeah, sounds good. And I hope that the New Jeans Ditto on December 19th makes it into that category of end of the year songs that end up popping. I hope it's good.
We got some absolute banger award categories this year, by the way. I don't know if you want a spoiler or not.
Ooh. I mean, if it's concise, because I know some of these award names that y'all come up with can get lengthy.
I'll tell you what, I'll just spoil 3 of them that I've got names for. Okay.
Sure, let's go.
So we've got the Oopsie My Bad award.
Oopsie, my bad.
Yeah, you can surmise what that's going to be for. One of them's named the Golden Teapot, so look forward to that. I will explain what these are when there's an actual form, but for now I'll just give you the names because it's fun for you to imagine, And the final name I will reveal is the Strong Dragon Ball. So we got some fun ones this year. I hope you're all going to be up for submitting those.
Well, I'm imagining the Golden Teapot's got to be the one that is after T's heart, but how can anyone else really opine on that?
It's connected to T, but you'll see.
Okay, I won't pry.
She was a bit apprehensive of me naming it that because she doesn't want to have her own award if other people don't. But I was like, no, come on.
Oh, come on, T, get over it. You are too important to this show to disambiguate.
Yeah.
But I'll submit something for all of them, even no matter how goofy of a name you can come up for the category. I will slap something in there.
Fantastic. That's what I want to hear.
Because usually the problem at the end of the year is, getting really stressed out about the people that I'm and the groups that I'm omitting that had really good songs. So I'll probably use that as a cheat to be able to get some more good songs into there. But we'll get there when we get there.
Some of them are inherently derogatory awards, but still.
It's Diggy's Dungeon.
You've got to have derogatory. Come on, you can't just be like good. You got to have some negativity. Come on.
It's Diggy's Dungeon. Yeah,
there's been some shit this year, guys. Come on, we got to fill up these awards.
There has been some really stinky shit this year.
Yeah,
but there's also been a lot of really good songs.
Yep.
So yeah,
and we will be celebrating both of them.
Yeah, that means it's perfect for the format you described.
Yeah.
But before I go, my foot is still in the door, and I'm talking through the crack. I do want to say I can't bring Stacy's Poppy on here because it's Japanese, and as we've run into many times, they have really, all of them get copyright strike essentially, and I still want to say something about it because
for sure.
I love that song. I love that song so much, and a lot of the people that I thought might also like that song didn't, and so it only makes me want to be louder about it because I think that song is absolutely fantastic.
See, I like that song quite a lot too. So
Oh, that's
that'll
good. That's
tell
good.
you a lot, you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's very good to
I
hear.
personally think it's their best release since So Bad.
Oh wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to be saying stuff like that, but
But I've hated everything since So Bad, so there you go.
yeah. So you know, unreliable narrator, but
Yeah.
Poppy is a fantastic song. Everything about the execution was so great. The way that they used each member's um, individuality and color, both vocally and in the music video, perfect. Talking about drink. I'm sorry. And then all of Yoon's parts, so incredible. Wow. Yeah, go listen to that song. Go stream Stacy. People are forgetting about Stacy, and it will not stand because they are titans.
Yeah, the only complaint I have about Poppy is the excessive gotch snaps. But when am I not complaining about that? Other than that, I think it's a great song, and I really enjoy it. And I think, you know, good vocal performances. None of that stupid micro push shit that I really hate. You know, everyone's just singing. They sound good. The production is fantastic on that song. Absolutely brilliant.
So good.
It's so crisp. Everyone sounds great. You know, the backing track fucking pounds. Like, it's greasy as hell, as T would say. It's great. Yeah, a lot of good about Poppy.
Yeah, I will not be forgetting about that one. And what a way to, you know, introduce yourself to the Japanese scene.
For sure. Yeah, oh, I knew. No, one more complaint. Actually, the music video has that stupid fucking TikTok Y2K shit in it, and I really don't like it. But I understand they have to cater to the trends.
There were some other slight issues with the video. At like a couple moments, I think there were 2 moments where it just seemed like they edited the video and audio slightly out of sync, which seemed really amateurish. But in other places, the video was really good. Like a lot of the styling was okay. I see what you mean about the Y2K, but you're super down on that, so you know
for sure.
Yeah, so that's to be expected. But they have some interesting things that they do with the reflections and irises, especially with Isa. You know, for me, that landed.
Yeah, she's your Chaeyoung for that group, so.
Yeah, I mean, Isa and Chaeyoung are just some individuals that they, you know, as people say, they live rent free in my head. But you know, they deserve it. They really are incredible. Very last thing, I'm just gonna throw out a couple song recommendations, and then I'll finally, you know, pull my boot out of the door. I've been listening to Luna Odd Eye Circle Starlight a lot. You know, all of the songs on that EP were fantastic, and I've said that on the show before, so this isn't really new. But God, go back and listen to Starlight by Odd Eye Circle. So good. Beyond that, yeah, there's this artist named Samaya, not K-pop at all, but I'm just gonna throw it in there because it represents something that I feel like should exist to a much greater extent than it does. It's called Fit and Full by Samia. She had a song that came out really recently that I listened to and liked, and it made me go back and find something else that she'd done in the past. And this song, Fit and Full. Fit and Full.
Okay.
Search it and listen to it. Really like the song.
Yeah.
And then yeah, a lot of the similar stuff that I you know, I have not moved away from a lot of the songs that I've been listening to since last time I threw out what I've been listening to.
Yeah. I guess I'll add some then. Man, we keep forgetting to do this, like, listen to this part, but I like this part because I can just shout about everything that's good instead of going, well, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. So, yeah, obviously I have to shout out the latest Samuel So release, which is a single called Hinoki, and it is fucking beautiful. Like, the instrumentation is so lush. There's some incredible harmonies, like, oh my god, it's beautiful. I love that song. Fantastic. Chromeo released a single called Raspberry Blush, which it's not their best single, but I'm still enjoying it. That's
It
decent
had
enough.
a point.
Yeah.
Yes.
SMMT is a artist I've discovered recently, and I need to listen to his EP. He has a song called Knock Knock featuring PH1 and Moon Sujin, which is pucker. Absolutely lovely. Love that. Definitely give that a listen. And then I also went back to an artist that I listened to a while ago and hadn't checked in with for a bit, which is a Japanese duo called Ore-sama. And they have a song called Night Beat that I've been listening to a lot recently from their EP Trek Trunk from this year. So give that a go.
Okay. Yeah. No, I'll peep those.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have some crazy reaches, and I end up being really down with it. So I'll check those out.
Oh yeah, brother. I'll
All right.
revisit that Odd Eye Circle song as well because I don't remember that one.
So good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me on and letting me take up such a swath.
No,
Great
anytime.
great calls to Alex and T. Get well soon, T.
For sure.
Yeah. Thanks for everything, Diggs.
Thank you.
Keep doing the show.
Oh, I will. As long as you all keep coming, I'll keep doing it.
Appreciate ya.
Appreciate you too. See you later, buddy.
All right. Bye.
All right then, guys. That is the end of this week's audio podcast. Again, we'll see you next week on Sunday, hopefully for a Christmas episode. I don't know what the timing will be. I'll poll people on what it could be because I don't know what time slot is actually going to have people available since it's so close to Christmas. But yeah, get into the Discord and I'll poll you all on that if you want to come and witness this wonderful show live. But yeah, see you next week for the Christmas special.